I don't think that somehow China thinks you could invade Taiwan while America's back is turned in the Middle East. It's a much bigger, much more dangerous operation, and they can't afford to lose if they make a move for Taiwan. So I don't think it's an immediate threat. But that sense that Donald Trump is an unreliable, peevish, resentful ally, that he sees allies as a burden, that his word is not his bond, that America's vital interests in the past are no guide to what Donald Trump thinks America's interests are, that is really corrosive. And I think one of the fascinating debates in Beijing is, can you use what remains of his presidency to get him to say words that induce real despair in Taiwan? Perhaps in this summit meeting in May in Beijing between President Xi and President Trump, there was a lot of kind of talk about ideally you'd get him to say something that just changes the language in a way that fuels the sense in Taiwan that maybe America is a totally unreliable friend. And that, I think, survives even the coexisting fact they don't trust Trump an inch. There's no sort of sense that you could do a deal for the centuries with this man. How could you possibly? You don't trust him. But if you can just get him to say things that induce despair in Taiwan, you strengthen the forces on the island that just go, maybe we have no hope. Ultimately, we're going to have to cut a deal with the mainland.
That's so interesting. So currently, there is this strategic ambiguity in America's language over Taiwan. Maybe you could just explain that and give a kind of crib sheet for me and our viewers of what would constitute a sort of significant departure.
You know, the thing that they would like to change is at the moment, the official position of the Americans is that it doesn't support the independence of Taiwan. That, you know, they don't take a view on whether Taiwan should or shouldn't be a separate country. If they could get Donald Trump to say that that America opposes Taiwan independence, the theory is that the ruling party in Taiwan, which does favor ultimately something a lot like independence, would suddenly see this giant obstacle that your most important partner, your most important security guarantor, America, doesn't actually want you to go down that path. There's a roadblock placed there by Donald Trump. And there's a sense in China that could be quite an important moment to just chip away at that Taiwanese confidence, because there's already tremendous distrust and dismay in Taiwan about all of the quite disobliging things that Donald Trump has said about Taiwan.